The Chinese yuan just took over one of the biggest currencies in the world.
Now, in a boost for China, its currency surpassed the US dollar for the first time this week. It makes yuan the most traded foreign currency on Moscow exchange.
The Chinese yuan has overtaken the euro to become the second most used currency in the global marketplace.
So, how in the blue macaroni did the Chinese yuan manage to overtake the euro in trade finance markets? What other surprises might China and its allies have in store as they continue to make moves? And more importantly, what broader implications does the yuan's ascent have in the context of global de-dollarization efforts? Now that we've got your attention with the ascension of the Chinese yuan, let's peel back the layers. Let's go on a wild ride together from swift transactions to the heavyweight fight between the yuan and the dollar, and even how China's shaking hands with the Gulf. So grab your popcorn because this roller coaster is about to take some unexpected turns. Let's delve deeper into this game-changing revelation, the Chinese yuan's impressive rise in SWIFT-related transactions. It's like the underdog stepping into the ring and knocking out the heavyweight champion. Unexpected, yet undeniably impressive. But wait, there's more to this story. While the euro's popularity seems to be on a downward spiral, losing almost 1% of its share in cross-border transactions, the yuan is on a rocket ship to success. In just a matter of months, the yuan has surged ahead, closing the gap with an impressive leap from 3.9% to 5.8% in September alone. Well, it's like witnessing a seismic shift in the balance of power. With the yuan making its mark in international transactions, the world is taking notice of China's economic prowess. And as the yuan continues its meteoric rise, who knows what other surprises await us? One thing's for sure, the global financial landscape is evolving, and China is leading the charge. Now, let's peel back the layers and explore the ongoing battle between the US dollar and the rising star, the Chinese yuan, in the realm of international finance. Despite all the chatter about the dollar's decline, it's still standing tall as the top dog in the global currency arena, commanding a whopping 84.15% share in finance markets according to SWIFT data. But don't count the yuan out of the game just yet. In fact, it's been steadily climbing up the ranks, transitioning from a mere bystander to a major player in the international currency scene. From being ranked 35th back in 2001 to now making serious waves, the yuan's ascent is nothing short of remarkable. In a groundbreaking move, China even outpaced the dollar in international settlements for the first time in April, signaling its determination to reduce its reliance on the American currency. But here's where things get really interesting. The future of the yuan's internationalization might lie beyond the traditional confines of SWIFT. Enter the ECNY, China's central bank digital currency, CBDC, which has the potential to revolutionize the financial landscape. With reports emerging about the Bridge project, a joint effort between China, Hong Kong, Thailand, and the UAE, aiming to create a digital yuan interconnection network, the stage is set for a paradigm shift in global trade. Imagine billions flowing outside regular channels, bypassing traditional financial systems. It's like watching the birth of a new era in finance, with China leading the charge. Picture this: a global economic landscape where the yuan, China's currency, is not just a player but a powerhouse. It's not just a fantasy. Recent headlines have been buzzing with China's ambitious strides towards internationalizing the yuan, forging currency swaps, delving into e-currency, sealing cross-border deals, and embracing digitalized currency. And where's the spotlight shining brightest? Right on the Gulf states. Let's zoom into the details. On November 28, 2023, the People's Bank of China and the Central Bank of the United Arab Emirates, UAE, renewed their currency swap agreement, valued at a whopping $4.89 billion for the next 5 years. Not stopping there, they inked a memorandum of understanding to amplify collaboration in developing digital currencies. This partnership isn't a one-off. It's been brewing since 2012 with milestones like the historic first purchase of liquefied natural gas in yuan in March 2023. But wait, there's more. Fast forward to November 20th, 2023, and we see another groundbreaking currency swap deal, this time between the People's Bank of China and the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority, worth $6.98 billion over 3 years. And that's not all. Saudi companies are now listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, and talks are buzzing about pricing some of Saudi Arabia's oil sales in Chinese yuan, potentially shaking up the global petroleum market. So, what's driving this financial dance between China and the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, states? What's so special about this Chinese yuan that it has every major investor running toward it? And what broader implications do these strategic alliances being forged between China and Gulf states have in the context of global de-dollarization efforts? It's a tale of mutual benefit and strategic vision. Over the past decade, both sides have been steadily deepening their ties, fueled by shared interests in digitalization and a desire to sidestep potential U.S. sanctions. The Gulf, especially the UAE, has positioned itself as a financial powerhouse, drawing in investments and setting the stage for enhanced cooperation. From China's perspective, initiatives like the Belt and Road Initiative and its thirst for energy have naturally led it towards the GCC. This strategic move aligns perfectly with the Belt and Road Initiative's emphasis on financial connectivity and yuan internationalization, as well as the goal of incorporating the yuan into the International Monetary Fund's special drawing rights basket of currencies. But let's not forget the nitty-gritty. China's been laying down the groundwork for yuan internationalization since 2004, ramping up efforts in financial cooperation with the GCC from 2014 onwards. President Xi Jinping's calls for closer cooperation with Gulf countries have echoed through the years, culminating in flourishing partnerships and exponential growth in Chinese financial presence in the region. So, what do these deals mean for the future? They're not just about currency swaps and digital handshakes. They're about reshaping financial landscapes, reducing transaction costs, bolstering resilience against crises, and promoting regional integration. And let's not overlook the potential game changer, a shift from the petrodollar to the petro-yuan, as Saudi Arabia contemplates yuan adoption for oil trade in the long run. These deals aren't just ink on paper. They're the building blocks of a new era in global finance, where the yuan reigns supreme and partnerships flourish across continents.
In 2001, 73% of global reserves were in dollars. That is now down to 58%.
The dollar is facing a revolt. The world knows it as the king of currencies, but the dominance of the dollar is now under threat. More and more countries are looking for alternatives, and China's yuan is emerging as a clear challenger.
The next generation decentralized global bank.
The BRICS bloc has launched its biggest expansion in its history, inviting 6 more countries to join the emerging market alliance.
In a somewhat unexpected turn of events, the UAE made a decision to move away from the United States dollar in its oil trade dealings.
The dollar suffered another setback. In the month of March, the yuan became the most widely used currency for cross-border transactions in China, and this is a record. Almost $550 billion worth of yuan was exchanged. It was used in almost 49% of all transactions done with China.
Last month, Argentina announced that they would start paying for imports using the Chinese yuan due to their shortage of dollars. And Brazil followed suit, announcing that it will allow companies to trade in yuan as well.
The group has positioned itself as a counterweight to Western democracies that dominate the world economy. Now its membership has doubled, welcoming 5 new members, including oil-rich countries in the Middle East.
So, what's the final verdict on the Chinese yuan's journey towards financial market dominance? Let's break it down. For the first time in nearly 2 years, the yuan has surged past the 3% threshold, signaling a significant milestone in its ascent. This upward trajectory has bolstered the yuan's influence, propelling it from 41.74% to 42.71% over the same period. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal about a few percentage points? Well, let me tell you, in the fast-paced world of global currency markets, even the slightest shifts can reveal seismic changes. By surpassing the euro in international transactions, the yuan has solidified its position as the second most widely used currency in the SWIFT network. This achievement speaks volumes about the yuan's growing clout on the world stage. But the story doesn't end there. While the yuan star continues to rise, the euro is facing its own challenges. In fact, the European currency has hit its lowest level in 3 years, painting a stark contrast to the yuan's upward trajectory. It's like witnessing a tale of two currencies, one soaring to new heights while the other struggles to keep up. And let's not forget the bigger picture. The yuan's surge comes amidst a global push for de-dollarization, spearheaded by the BRICS nations. This campaign, launched at the start of the year, aims to reduce reliance on the US dollar and promote alternative currencies like the yuan. With each milestone reached, it becomes increasingly clear that the tides are shifting in the world of finance. So, what's the verdict? The Chinese yuan may still have a way to go before it can claim total dominance, but its rapid ascent and growing influence are impossible to ignore. As the global economy continues to evolve, one thing is certain: the yuan is a force to be reckoned with, and its journey towards financial market dominance is far from over. So stay tuned, guys. The war continues. To watch the latest geopolitical news, watch this video here.